Hello. Um, you're listening to Environmental Soup, and today is World Wildlife Day, and it is March 3rd today, and it's and my name is Robert, and or Rebel 808 A on Twitch. And yeah, I just wanted to come on Twitch to say that it's World Wildlife Day. It's a United Nations Day to celebrate the world's plants and animals and the 50th anniversary of the city's convention on international trade and endangered species. I should probably bring that up in case someone's interested. Um, I might ask if anyone is in the live stream. And yeah, there's a lot of things happening across the world that impacts wildlife. But I want to get into two positive stories. Um, let's see. Oh, does this show up? Oh, I have to drag it. So the city, I'll start with the B city, Canada. There's a bit of a tech issue on. Oh, I should probably get on to. I didn't think about this, but I can watch. I can watch myself at the same time in case someone wants to chat. And does this show up? Okay, yeah. So the city of Peterborough is a bee friendly city. So what this means is that it protects um, pollinator um, gardens and habitats. Um, they talk about how to grow local food, importance of biodiversity. A bee city begins conservation about how to reduce and eliminate chemicals that are harmful to pollinators, our food systems, and the planet. They raise awareness of pollinator diversity and the benefits of using native plants in habitat restoration. Cost benefits um, around using native plants. Water usage is reduced. There was a plant cost advantage to using perennials over annuals. Um, and it sets an example, inspires residents to know that they had a role. They mentor other municipalities, First Nations across the country to take action in encouraging them to also join the Bee City. And then they create biodiversity, um, and then they improve the municipal environment, improve the physical health of residents, and connecting people with nature, encouraging healthy, clean food consumption, and productive cities. Um, and I should mention that it's not just about um, be. It's not just about making honey. Uh, most bee species do not make honey, and I know a lot of you might not know this, but um, there's over 200 species of bees in um, in Canada, and I just have to drag the um, I'll just drag this oval so I can go through it. And then if you're listening, what is your favorite wildlife? And maybe where are you from? So this is it's not a scientific anything scientific, but it's from three folders. I don't. Um, but it has a lot of different photos of bees and talks about the different types of bees. Um, there's the sweet bee, Halitidae, or sweet bees, all recognized for by their metallic appearance. These bees look nice. Um, oh, it says that they can be mistaken for common houseflies. Uh, um, there's carpenter bees. It says that they're confused with bumblebees. And then leaf cuttlebees. Oh, it says that they've been credited for saving the alpha alfalfa seed industry, which is a protein feed for livestock, um, and they which diminished in the 1940s. And then it says that they were 15 times better than honeybees at pollinating. Yeah, and a lot of bee species are under threat because of the dominance of like honeybees, and the pesticide use, fragmented habitat, and um, wild species of bees are a lot better at pollinating, um, and some specific flowers. Oh, let's see, honeybees, honeybees. Uh, Maybe something will come up. So there was an article in the Scientific American. The problem with honeybees. um, saying that they're important for agricultural but not so good for the environment. And you get like the idea from like media, mainstream media, um, a lot of environmental organizations that need these which are associated with one or two species, but it turns out that um, that they have be detrimental to the environment. So it's very it, it's important um, to do to learn things from field naturalists. Join groups like the Peterborough Field Naturalist, which are doing awesome work and promoting biodiversity, protecting habitat, educating residents. Like most cities probably have a field naturalist group. I recommend joining them. They have lectures, outings. So this article is called "The Problem with Honeybees." Um, and um, saying that honeybees destabilize natural ecosystems with competing with natural bees. Some of them are all species at risk, and as I said, those like 200 species of bees in Canada, um, and they have, and then it says that the honeybees are the least in need of saving, and that media disproportionately covers them over native pollinators. And it's saying there's a quote: "Beekeeping is for people. It's not observation practice." And that's biologist at Charles York University. Um, and then there's oh, who is keeping the Shala Kala, an assistant professor and conservation biologist at Toronto's York University, um, published an analysis of 1,000 comments submitted by citizens in response to Ontario's draft pollinator health action plan, which involved a plan for stricter uh, neonicotinoid pesticide regulations. Um, and then from that, there was a surprisingly poor understanding of the diversity of pollinators and their roles in pollination. And then, quote, "The focus on neoics, pesticide, and honeybees has taken a ton of resources away from conserving wild pollinators from the most important threats." Native bees are more in dire need of support. Um, so we should move away from honeybees. It's a controversial statement, but it makes sense in terms of conserving biodiversity. Um, and it's not based on science. It says high density of honeybees colonies increase competition between native pollinators for foliage and putting them at more pressure on wild species that are already in decline. And then honeybees are extreme generalist foragers and monopolize floral resources, thus leading to exploitative competition. Um, and they don't leave enough to go around. And then yeah. So they tested honeybee colonies being introduced seasonally and removed at the end of the season, and they could test. So scientists could test like what the impact is. So that's something that's interesting, and I hope that um, there is education on that. That bees are very diverse species, important. Oh, how did I get there? Um, so I'm just going to see if I can link to the. There's a hyperlink to the study. Okay, so cool. There's a um, research paper understanding public and stakeholder attitudes in pollinator conservation policy development. And do I have to? Oh, I might have to. I don't want to pay for it right now, but there's the abstract. Um, so 2014, Ontario became the first jurisdiction in North America to propose to regulate neonicotinoid pesticides. And then there was a pollinator health action plan. Um, and then 972 comments were submitted on the proposal. Um, and then there was strong support for the regulation, with less than 5% opposed. And um, then the diversity of bee pollinators was not understood. Um, yeah, so I guess going off that, I can look at the pollinator action plan. See what's in it. And then like you can learn like a lot of stuff from reading the environmental news. um, looking at government reports, non-government reports like Environmental Defense, Canadian Environmental Law Association. Um, so, Ontario launches. Um, there's the under the Office of the Auditor General. There's the Environmental Commissioner. The new. Okay, here it is. Oh, it says page not found. Um, so page not found. Oh, well, that's okay. Uh, I can go on to the next item of what Peterborough specifically is doing. Um, so Peterborough. So Peterborough is also a bold-friendly city. Um, and so I'll click on about the program. And it's from Nature Canada. It says saving bold lives starts with local action. Across Canada, people coming together to make those cities bold friendly. Nature groups, municipal officials, and other community groups are teaming up with Nature Canada to ensure our urban environments are safe for birds rather than a source of threats from predation by domestic cats, windows, and present may many cities and towns present many preventable hazards to birds. And it says a bold friendly city is a community where key threats to birds are effectively mitigated. Those like the main threat to birds is through windows, and a solution is to have special decorations on windows so birds don't mistake windows um, um, for for the sky. Nature is restored so native bird populations can thrive, and that goes along with having um, bee bee friendly cities. They go hand in hand. And then those like Deep Pave Paradise, which was um, run through Green Up, but it's I believe it's a program on its own. Um, so that was cool. And residents are actively engaged in admiring or monitoring local bird populations. Um, and organizations are creating events to protect birds. Progressive municipal policies are created to protect all bird populations, and a bird team has been created to oversee and lead these initiatives. Provide um, bird friendly cities by Nature Canada, and then those like they met or exceeded minimum standards with regard to reducing threats to birds in the municipality, protecting and restoring natural habitat, and increasing climate resiliency, and have actively engaging the community in these actions through education and outreach. the certification level awarded to the city's response to the lowest level attained in three categories of bold-friendly criteria. For example, if a city scores high in two of the three categories, but entry level and the third, the final level certification that city would attain would be entry. So in order to get like the highest marks, they have to be like high in all of them. So let's see. Um, Maybe I can scroll. I don't. Okay, so it's just loading. Loading. Oh, so here it is, and I can see what Peterborough is. So Peterborough is an entry level, um, and so there isn't a city around it that's bold friendly. Um, so yeah, with conservation, the more um, cities that are the more areas that cities are protected, that wildlife spaces are um, protected, or those policies that protect wildlife, the better. So it's an entry level, and it's coming soon. The certificate. It is like brand brand new, so it might have not be uh, po- posted because it's so fresh. Okay. So there's a series of criteria or actions: reducing human-related threats, bold action, community outreach. And then it says how certification will work. And then there's like an application, and then they submit it any time of the year. Um, and then there's a review. Um, oh yeah, they will review applications. And hopefully those um like those will review if you still meet the criteria of every year. Um, okay, so I think this is like what Peterborough said. So they have a board team committee, and Peterborough celebrates World Migratory Board Day, and they have a council who would support this. They know the traditional territory. And then it says, oh, why do you want your city to be recognized as bold friendly city? The city of Peterborough has long been at the forefront of the urban environmentalism movement, fostered by our citizens, local post-secondary institutions, and numerous community environmental organizations. The significant collaborative efforts to celebrate, we asked Nature Canada to reward the city's efforts by certifying the city as a bold friendly city. A bold friendly city certification strengthens the municipality's legacy as a champion for bold conservation and celebrates the efforts of a municipality as well as local organizations to protect birds in their own backyard. And then there's the Kawartha Land Trust that helps protect land in the surrounding area, mostly Peterborough, the county of Peterborough. Um, yeah, and I don't have anything else planned for today, um, but thank you for listening. I might I might try. I want to learn French, or more French. So I might in a few days I might do stream where I stream French learning applications, different ones, um, French reports. But that will be something that I'll just do on Twitch, more than likely. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to share some good news stories. I know that there's a um, lot of things that are going wrong in the um, wildlife, but the bee friendly city and the bold friendly city of Peterborough, and that the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species is 2050. Those are good things that should be celebrated. Um, and of course, there should definitely be more action on protecting wildlife species. Um, yeah, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day or week, and I will see you next time.